Let's give it up for Drew McDermid.
Thank you, Mr. Masondo. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, what a great start to this event. Brandon, Lisa, thank you for just kicking this off. Isn't her story incredible? What this business can offer young mothers, young parents, our testimonies, 8 months in the business. It doesn't have to take a long time. Truly amazing. So we've got this incredible speaker that you're going to be introduced to in just a moment, and this is her 5th and final event this week on this tour. I'll introduce her in a little bit, but I just got to say, I have been truly inspired by her session and what she stands for and what she is doing in this business, and so you are in for a real treat. But my job today is really to communicate to the new distributors and to the guests. You've heard about this opportunity. How does it actually work? And I know it's a very wide room, so I'm going to try and engage with you as much as possible. I'm going to throw a few numbers at you, so I'm just going to ask you to really just zone in over the next few minutes. But Brandon spoke about this, our mission to make this world a healthier and a happier place. And that's a warm vision, but I think it's really important for everybody to understand what our intentions are behind that mission statement. And our intentions are twofold. Number one, we want to end this trend. We want to make this world a healthier place by ending this trend of poor health. And I'm going to drop anchor here just for a second. If we have a look at what's going on in the world today, we have more science, we have more technology, we have more pharmaceutical medication, we have more everything today than we ever have. But who knows somebody that has experienced a major health challenge? And we're not even going to name them. There's so many of them. But a major health challenge. And if I started naming them, I know every hand in the room would go up. And we truly believe that our bodies we've been blessed with incredible bodies that are designed to live with health, energy, vitality. Bodies that are designed to heal themselves, renew themselves, protect themselves, providing you give your body what it needs. And it's not your fault, but over the last number of decades, because of modern day lifestyles, because of our food processing, we've kind of lost our way. And so many of these chronic diseases are what we call non-communicable diseases. So they're not contagious. We develop them. They're lifestyle diseases. And so we find that very motivating, because if we develop them, we can play some sort of role in preventing them. And so we got the most incredible product range that has stood us so well in this business for the last 68 years. And our mission to end this trend of poor health, yes, we help a lot of people that have health challenges, but we're not doctors, so we can't say this will fix that or cure that. But we do help a lot of people, and we've got incredible stories in this room. Just one story. Sorry, I don't even know your name. Tandeka. I said to Tandeka, so what brought you here today? She said, I took training, and I no longer wear glasses. I thought, wow. And Tandeka's son, your son, right? I said, well, you know what? I take my training before I go to gym every day, and it gives me unbelievable energy. That's just some of the testimonies. But I truly believe that we won't achieve our mission to end this trend of poor health by helping all the sick people become well again. Yes, we can help them, but we can truly make a difference by helping the healthy, well people stay healthy and well. And never will we say to you, take our products and you're going to be okay, eat junk. Our message is eat as well as you can. But we know there's still these gaps in your diet, which you need to plug with good whole food nutrition such as NeoLife. Make sure that you get some exercise. But if you feed your body and you do what your body needs, you can live with health, energy, and vitality. And I know one thing for certain, when you are well and you have energy, you're a better wife or a better husband. You're a better parent. You're better in your career. You can serve your community far better. So that is our first intention in our mission to end this trend of poor health. Our second trend, which I believe right now in South Africa and Africa is even more prominent, is to make this world a happier place. And we want to do that by ending this trend of financial stress. And in Africa, I think we can actually call a spade, end this trend of poverty. And this is what attracted me to this business. And I know over half the room are guests, which is quite incredible. And so I'll introduce my story to you. I've been part of this business forever. My parents became NeoLife distributors over 51 years ago. Can you believe that? In fact, my father's sitting in the front row. We work very closely together. And yeah. And my mother and my father and my mother's in Durban doing the same kind of meeting today. They love this business. But they were introduced to this business at a time that they were young. they were ambitious, they were newly married, but financially they were nowhere. In fact, they were in a very tight position. And some very kind man said, hey, I've got something which I think can help you financially. Can you come down to, I'll invite you down to a meeting, a presentation as my guest. And so they attended a meeting just like this, 51 years ago. And they left that meeting saying, wow, those products look good. Their business, they were a little bit skeptical, but they said, if NeoLife can do half of what that man says it can do, we have to give it a shot. And so 51 years ago, what did they do? They took a step of faith. And faith is believing in something you have not yet seen. And so as a guest, you don't have to understand everything today, but I want to get you to the point where you can make a decision. Because any successful journey since the beginning of time started with a man or woman having that courage within themselves to take that first step of faith. And that step of faith changed our family's journey for generations. My 3 children, I've got 3 teenage kids. They are 3rd generation on this product. And that's one of the greatest things. It's given us 3 generations of magnificent health. It's changed our mindset. Like I won't even get into the details of that, but it changed the way we thought. It empowered us with a success mindset that helped us believe that as a family we were capable and worthy of success. And that is, your reality is only a few steps behind what you're thinking in your head. And being part of this NeoLife community just empowered our family with that. I became a distributor at the age of 18. It wasn't a big occasion. In fact, for the distributors, you might appreciate this. I think my parents were running for their 3 and 30 that month. And I was number 3. It wasn't a big thing. And I didn't start out really good. I followed the path of go out and get a good education. My parents didn't teach me this, by the way. They said, do something that you love. Find what you love to do. But I decided to follow my own path. And the ages of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, manager. Yeah, manager. Unqualified. That is not a great journey. But at the age of 27, something changed. I met my wife, and we started setting goals for our lives. We were living a life of quiet desperation. I'd spent the last number of years working in the investment banking industry, and man, the purpose and passion I saw my parents living with. Yes, financially they made a lot of money, but it was so much more than that. It didn't matter if it was a Friday afternoon or a Monday morning. I could see that they loved what they did. NeoLife brought them so much purpose and passion. I wasn't experiencing any of that, and I said, this has to change. So my wife and I decided to pick up a business and take it seriously. And I said to my father, what do I need to do? And he said, to become a successful NeoLife distributor, you need to do the work that a successful NeoLife distributor does. Okay, and I want you to feel empowered by that, because as amazing as Lebo and Brandon are, they cannot succeed for you. Okay, but they can give you all the tools to succeed, but you're going to have to succeed for yourself. And so we went out and we worked day and night. We worked full-time on our day jobs, and we called it working full-time on our life, or full-time in our job, but part-time on the weekends and in the evenings. We'd work part-time on our future. And it was only 2 short years, just under 3 years, that we went from unqualified managers to a business doing over 50,000 points a month. And my wife and I were both able to exit the investment banking industry through this business. So that's been a part of my life. Does it work? Yes. Does it work? Will it work for you? It will if you do the job. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. But before I get into that, why does Africa need NeoLife? And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think we've already arrived here. But approximately 467 million people in Africa, that's a third of our continent's population, are living in poverty. Unacceptable. Sub-Saharan Africa, that's us, makes up 16% of the world's population, but is home to 67% of those living in extreme poverty. Unacceptable. Approximately 60% of Africa's youth are unemployed. I believe that's a conservative figure. And so we have these young, hungry, ambitious people getting their education, often going into a lot of debt to get educated. They step into this world of unemployment, and it just takes a year or two before the wheels fall off that excitement, and the excitement turns into despair and depression. Rising cost of living, rising unemployment and the rising cost of living is affecting all Africans. In fact, FNB a couple of years released a little study saying that Majority of middle-income South Africans, so people that are doing okay, spend their entire salary within 5 days of getting paid. Isn't that frightening? And it doesn't matter where I say that, I can see people go, They feel that. That's the reality. But here's the exciting part. These challenges present NeoLife an opportunity to increase our impact. And Africa is well positioned to thrive. And Africa's youth believe that in Africa's rise and are looking for opportunity. And I've lived out of this country for 13 years, and I can tell you something, I'll never live outside of Africa again. Africa is not only the most beautiful continent on this planet, but it's filled with the most beautiful people that are ready to turn the corner and ready to make changes to their lives. 76% of Africa's youth has expressed a desire to start a business. This is exciting. Female entrepreneurial rates in Africa are the highest in the world. We are an entrepreneurial bunch of people. It's Africa's time. 1 in 5 adults in Africa are starting or already running a business. Majority of Africa's youth has expressed a desire to become financially independent. And 65% believe that the 21st century now will be the African century. We are well positioned. We are so well positioned. And we are well positioned because the NeoLife solution can help Africa achieve success through science-backed wellness. And there's 3 pillars to success that cause NeoLife to be successful. The first pillar is our product. Our products work. I think we can all understand that. 68 years of business because our products make a difference. We have this incredible compensation plan that is robust. We've been paying people a lot of money for 68 years. For those of you who were here for the start of the video, the Cape Town video, in that little event, we paid out over 13 million rand to just as little bonuses to some of our leaders. And so it's a really robust and lucrative compensation plan. But the best part of NeoLife is our community, our people. And we don't care how old you are, your age, your race, your background, your past experience, that does not matter to us. No matter who you are, we'll give you access to the same compensation plan and the same products, and you get to create the success that you desire. But this NeoLife community is here to empower you. And I know for me, when I was learning and I was failing and I was making mistakes, this community was here to lift me up and mentor me and teach me and grow me. When I achieved things, this community celebrated with me. And I really believe this NeoLife community gives the average person an above average chance of achieving success in our country. And so we really have hit the age of the entrepreneur. Jobs are not the solution, but we know that entrepreneurship, that little saying of you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, or you teach him how to fish and he eats for life, that is real. Teaching people how to create an income that nobody can take away from them, an income that they are completely in control of, is the thing that is going to change this continent and change this country. Now, we know entrepreneurship is difficult, right? We know it's challenging. For most people, they don't have the capital to get started, number one. I can see some people going, They want to start something and they just don't know what. They don't have the product or service. They don't have the business acumen. There's so many factors that cause new businesses to fail. And that's where NeoLife comes in. Provide you the products, the compensation plan, the training. We aim to empower people into business for themselves, but not by themselves, at a low point of entry. So we want to make it financially accessible to everybody. We're part of the network marketing profession. It's a $190 billion global profession. That's bigger than the European Football League. That is bigger than Hollywood. We have over 120 million active distributors. Over $200 million are paid to those distributors every single day. And the exciting part is 43% of sales are coming from emerging markets. Isn't that great? We are well positioned. So what do you need to do? Okay, so we call them the success habits. As I mentioned, you come into NeoLife as a distributor, you've got to do the work. And this is the work. The first thing is we want you to define a goal. Why are you doing this business? You've got to have a reason. And some people say, the reason why I start is I just want to improve my health. That's great. Get onto the products. But if you're sitting in this room and there's something in you going, I want more, and you want to get from point A to point B, but you just don't know how, you're going to have to define what your point B is, what your goal is. And your goal needs to be motivating. So you're motivated to get up and do the work every single day and every single week of every single month. Your goal needs to be strong enough, because we know that you will experience disappointments. We can't protect you from that. And if your goal is not strong enough, I know you will not get back up. But man, if you have a strong goal, It doesn't matter what's going to happen. You will build up resilience. And you've got to make sure that your goal is exciting enough. I'll be real with you. In your life, you're going to have to develop a team of people that build this business with you. And so your goal needs to be exciting enough so that other people can see their hopes and their dreams and their future in your goals. So decide, why are you building this business? Is it motivating? Is it strong? Is it exciting? Number 2, you're going to have to use the product. Man, you're going to have to use the product. We have 80 odd products in our range, and I'm not saying use all the products, but what I am saying is redirect your buying habits. I'm guessing most of you clean your home, right? Some of you, yes. Some of you, no. It's okay. Doesn't matter where you are. I encourage you to clean your home. But what do you clean it with? Products that you buy from the supermarket. Redirect your buying habits. Save money, save the environment, save your health. We have the most incredible home care range. Most people these days are taking nutrition supplementation. And when is a good time to start supplementing with nutrition? Yesterday. And if you didn't start yesterday, make sure you start today. Get onto nutrition. Make sure you're buying that nutrition from your NeoLife business. We all use skincare range. We have the most incredible end-to-end organic skincare range. So use the products, because we want these products to go from the information from your head to your heart. We want you to become a product of the product. We want people to see the difference because you're using the product. Is that okay? Great. Use the products. The third thing is, and this is the key factor here, is you're going to have to talk to people. Talk to people about your product and talk to people about your opportunity. Because as you talk to people about your product, you're going to build a customer base, right? As you talk to people about your opportunity, you're going to build a network of other distributors who are going to do what you do, which is set a good goal, use the products, and talk to people. So talking to people causes success to happen. And there are 2 actions that will happen when you talk to people. And these are the 2 actions that will build your business. The first action is you will do 100 points. Now, 100 points doesn't mean a lot to the guests, but for me to put in perspective, we're operating in over 50 countries around the world. Every one of our products has a point value, because a bottle of TreeNN, our core product, might be 34 points in South Africa, and it's X amount of rands. You go to America, it's 34 points, and it's X amount of dollars. You go to the UK, it's 34 points. Okay, so that's our common denominator. And through the products that you use yourself in your home and the products that you sell to your customers, every month, you need to do 100 points if you want to participate in a compensation plan. Now, to put that into perspective, what does 100 points look like? It's 3 bottles of TreeNN. Let's say you had the ability to use 1 bottle a month yourself, and you went and found 2 customers. That would be 3 bottles. 34 times 3, that's 102 points. Okay, so I want to illustrate that to you. It's not a big job, so it should be something that you do month after month after month. In fact, because our products are consumable, if I sell you a bottle of TreeNN now, guess what you're going to need next month? TreeNN. And so as you build more customers, that personal PV should grow every month. So that's job number. Can we do that? 100 points. Yes. Great. Okay, your second activity is we want you to go out and do a 3 and 30 every single month. What is a 3 and 30 for the guests? It's when you go and find 3 new distributors every month who each do 100 points just like you. And 3 is the magic number. Why do we encourage you to find 3 people? Because people are funny things. And I know out of 3 people, 3 of them will tell you what they're going to do, but on average, 1 of them is going to get up and do it. That's what we're dealing with, right? That's what we're dealing with. And so we want you to go out and find 3, because it's increasing the probability of you building a business and finding your next successful distributor. And so when you do these 2 things, 100 points a month, and find 3 other people, this is what's going to happen. I call this the 1 + 1. And so here some numbers are. I'm going to try and keep both sides of the room engaged, but I'm going to ask you just to help me with these numbers. So there's you. You go and find your 3, but out of the 3, there's just 1 good one. So it's 1 + 1 equals? 2. Okay. So 2 of you each doing 100 points is going to give you 200 points. Fantastic. Okay, at this point, you do not get a NeoLife bonus because you haven't qualified for one, but you're going to earn some retail profit. So immediately in month 1, let's call it July, you're earning some good retail profit. August, there's 2 of you. You each lock in your 100 points. You each go and find your 3, and out of those 3, just 1 of them is good. So there's 2 of you, each find 1 good one. That's 2 + 2 equals 4. Each doing 100 points. Okay, 400 points. Hey, you're going to get your first NeoLife bonus of about 150 Rand. That is not a significant bonus, but I'd like you to get excited about it because I'm going to show you how to add a zero to that. Okay, and considering that most new businesses will take 2 years to make profit if they survive the first 2 years, we're doing okay. Okay, so July, August, September, there's 4 of you, each find one good one. 4 plus 4 equals 8, each doing 100 points. That's 800 points. We're going to more than double your bonus to 500 Rand. That is excluding any of your retail profit. Month 4, so July, August, September, October, 8 plus 8, there's 16 of you, each doing 100 points. Hey, that's a 1,600 point business. I'm going to get real technical on you. If you can see this sales volume bonus chart, this is part of our compensation plan. What does it say here? If your business does 1,000 points, you're going to get 10%. Okay, so you don't really need to know that because we worked that out for you, but 10% is going to equate to a 2,000 Rand bonus over and above your retail profit. Month number 5, 16 plus 16. It's going to be 32 people in the organization, each doing that magic activity of 100 points a month. That's a business doing over 3,000 points a month. That will equate to a 6,000 Rand NeoLife bonus, excluding your retail profit. Would that help? Okay, final month number 6. By December, it's going to be a good Christmas. 32 plus 32 is 64, each doing 100 points. That's a business doing over 6,000 points. That will give you a NeoLife income of 15 to 20,000 Rand. I know that if we can teach people to generate an income of 15 to 20,000 Rand per month, we will make an impact in this country. Will it take you 6 months? Valentine, it took you 3 months, right, to become a director? It took Valentine 3 months. It takes some people 6 months. Some people it takes 12 months. Okay, this is your business. You get to decide how quickly or slow it goes based on the amount of people that you and your team are talking to. So what happens if, I got excited about this amount, but this money wasn't big enough for me to quit my investment banking role, so I had to grow it. So what would happen if you had a business doing over 6,000 points a month, and you helped 3 of your 64 people do the same? You would step up onto our world team, and that would give you an income of 25 to 60,000 Rand per month. What happens if you developed 6 directors in your organization? That would step you up onto our president's team. As a president's team member, your income starts at 100,000 Rand per month. We have a number of those people in the room here today. In fact, our president's team, if you can just stand up for us, so we can see when your bank card says no, who do you go and talk to? Now, isn't that exciting? And what I can tell you is you can scale it up significantly from that. If you wanted more, how would you do it? You'd create more directors. And so just to close off for a second, before we introduce our speaker, I've got in my slide deck, I've got a 45-second video. One of the greatest things, when Brandon, or who was it that said, who likes to travel? Somebody said, who likes to travel? And I was at the back, and virtually every hand in the room went up. As a world team member, you travel around the world with NeoLife once a year. As a president's team member, we take 2 trips. So in September, we are going to Lisbon, Portugal. But this is just a quick video of where we have been over the last 3 or 4 years. How cool is that? And where to next? I can give the secret away. We're going to Egypt.